Hello everybody! Today's video is Griffin's update for you guys. If you're new here, he has Angelman syndrome. Is a chromosomal defect, abnormality. Griffin, sit still. And we're going to talk about how he's doing and how he's progressed. And I'll talk a little bit about his backstory too if you are new. Say hi! He can wave now, guys. He's starting to communicate with his hands now, so it's really amazing. So I'm gonna put him upstairs with his dad and his siblings so he can play, and then we will talk about how Griffin is doing. All right, can you say bye? Can you wave bye? Bye! All right, so first I wanna do a little backstory for you guys, for definitely people who are newer here. So when Griffin was born, I knew pretty much within the first 24 hours that something was really wrong with him. His main symptoms were he could not eat, he screamed all the time, he would spill liquid out, he could not suck. It was just a lot. His body was very like tense in a way, like he would flinch a lot, gestures were just not normal in my opinion. Those were his main symptoms as a baby. He was not diagnosed with Angelman syndrome until he was almost 2. The doctors would tell us in the very beginning that he would outgrow it, he had colic, and not to worry. But me and my husband and my close family knew that something was really wrong with Griffin, and we just were biding our time till someone would help us. It was really, really hard because he was not eating. In fact, the top of it was the latch, because he could not latch on the bottle. He was not eating, so we tried every formula in the book, every bottle in the book, everything. Eventually I made a homemade formula with sugar in it, which gave him the desire to eat, because sugar is a pain reliever. And I do believe, this is my personal opinion with Angelman syndrome, that I believe that at least my baby was in pain for quite a long time, because as soon as he had the sugar, he tried to eat, and he ate because he needed to feel relief. It was almost instantaneous when we added sugar to the formula that he stopped screaming and he ate. And yeah, it wasn't perfect. He still dribbled a ton of liquid out, but he wanted to eat and the screaming stopped. So in my opinion, with my Angelman baby, that he was suffering. Yes, he did have a broken collarbone when he was born, but he was still screaming at 6 weeks old, and from what I hear for collarbones, they heal rather quickly. And yeah, so I don't know. I just know that he was screaming. I believe that the formula that we gave him satisfied some pain that he was in, and he wanted to eat. Because I know a lot of Angelman babies, they have to be on feeding tubes, but whatever the sugar in the liquid made him want to eat. So I don't know. This is just my opinion. So take it for what it is. He got diagnosed with Angelman syndrome, and he has the rare type where it's the double male on the chromosome, not the male and female with the deletion, I think that's how you say it, on the mother's side, which makes Angelman syndrome. He has double male, which there should be a male and a female. He has double Will's chromosome instead of one of each. So that is what he has. I think only 3% of Angelman children have the type that Griffin has. Now we'll get into how Griffin is doing. Griffin is 2.5 now. Griffin has been amazing. I feel like he is hitting milestones. He is growing every day. I'm just so hopeful for his future because he has started walking. Yes, it is not perfect by all means. He knee walks a lot. He crawls a lot. He will walk and then fall. Like he'll walk and then lose his balance and then fall. But I do believe, I have faith that he will be walking completely, hopefully soon. I don't know. If you've been following our story, he started developing seizures, and an amazing viewer suggested cutting out sugar, and we cut out sugar, and literally within a few days we showed a remarkable improvement, because when he was having the seizures so often, he could not walk. He was losing all these milestones. He was just kind of laying there. It was miserable. It was just miserable for him. And so when we cut the sugar out, everything just went back up to where it was, and even better now. He is walking all the time. He's crawling. He's using his hands for gesturing, for communication. He's just been amazing. So yeah, so he's walking now, which is amazing. I really hope that it improves. He is climbing all over everything. He is using his hands for speaking. He can wave, which he knows what that means, hi and bye, which is awesome. He could sign more, mainly with our hands. So if I put my hands up, he will do this for more. He does do this for more. Again, this is hit or miss on some days, but on some days he's so good and can get it so amazingly, and some days it's like we don't even know what's going on. Like he is like, I don't understand what's happening, I can't sign, don't make me. And then he can, we have yes, we have worked on it, he's got that. I would say 50% of the time. Especially when he wants something, he knows what yes is. We're working on open right now. We're just starting really, really slow. We're working on, well, this is water. We're working on this for water. Eat, we're working on right now, which he knows what all of them mean. His cognitive level, his comprehension, he understands, I feel like 98% of the stuff we're saying to him, because he knows when I say don't do that, don't touch that, he will drop what he's doing. He knows when I'm upset, when he knows how to like, he knows what's going on, which is, I feel like, is such a huge thing for me. I am new to this whole Angelman world. I'm new to having a child with a disability. I am new to all of this stuff, and when I watch videos on Angelman children, I get really upset and really sad really quick, because I don't know if Griffin's just gonna stop growing. I don't know if one day his ability to grow and learn is gonna stop. I have no idea, because there are some children you see that are in really bad shape, that can't walk, can't talk, can't eat, can't do anything, and there's some that can walk and semi-talk and you know, are potty trained. So it's like, I don't know where Griffin's gonna end up, and it's really hard because you just don't know. There isn't just this is what's gonna happen. This is it. This is huge vast of where he's gonna end up. So I hope and pray, you know, every day that he is going to be super high functioning, and he is going to be potty trained, and he's going to be able to communicate with me. Sorry, my watch just went off. And he's going to be able to do a lot of things that will make his life easier and my life easier, our life easier. But again, we're at this point where he's 2 and we don't know what's gonna happen. We are trying to get to a clinic hopefully within the year. Again, there's none near us really, so it's expense, it's gonna cost, and time. We have 6 kids and we have a newborn, so we are hoping to get there within the year, to talk to people and to see what they know about his type of Angelman and what to kind of expect, because we really just don't know. We don't know. We kind of have a vague sense, you know, speech, motor skills, that kind of stuff he's gonna have a lot of struggle with. But I am hoping, guys, I'm hoping that he is just, he surprises us all, you know? That's what I hope. He loves playing with his siblings. His favorite thing to do in the whole wide world is putting cups together, putting things together. He loves that. He could do that all day. He will walk around with these cups that he will just do this all day. Open, close, put things in it, open, close, have me open them, have me close them. He knows where they are. He lives for that motion. It definitely must be something very satisfying to him, because he can do it. I don't know what it is, but he loves it. He definitely has some fears. He doesn't like to be like thrown around. He doesn't like going down slides. I think it's the out of control feeling. I don't think he likes that. I don't know if it must be it's something with his disability, because, you know, a lot of kids at this age love to be thrown around, love to be, you know, going down slides and running around. And he definitely, if he sees like a tickle session happening with me and Will, with the kids, he goes the other way. He does not want to be a part of that. He can climb up and down the stairs. Down, we're still working on. He had it for a while before the seizure started, and now he does not have coming down at all. I think it's, again, the out of control feeling, the fear feeling. So I have to assist him going down or carry him down right now. I'm hoping that that changes soon, because he's very, very heavy. His body is heavy. He feels like dead weight. He is 35 pounds. He's about 4 pounds heavier than Sawyer, I think. But, you know, Harrison, he weighs almost 60 pounds. When I pick him up, he feels lighter than Griffin. They say, from what I know, it's low muscle tone, that he doesn't help you. Like when you pick him up, like he doesn't assist you with his body weight. I don't know. It feels different than that. It feels like, just like you pick up a sack of potatoes, there's just nothing there. It's like, oh, like I can only imagine if he feels the way I feel him, how his walking, like how he, I mean, I'm blessed that he's walking as he is, if this is how he feels himself, because it's just dead weight sometimes. Like his trunk, his torso is just solid. It is a brick. It is so heavy. It's very hard for me. I'm a little person. I'm 5'2½". I am not, there's not a lot of muscle here. It is hard to lift him, and as he gets older, if his walking doesn't improve, I get very nervous on what I'm going to do. because it's right now, it's hard to carry him. It's hard to put him in the crib. It's hard to just move him around. It's definitely, it's backbreaking. So that is something that I want to mention about Griffin. So let's talk about Griffin and his eating habits. He loves to eat. I know, again, from what I've heard about Angelman syndrome, they love to eat. They have a food, I don't know if it's addiction. It's not like Prader-Willi where they eat everything and say, but Griffin loves to eat. He lives for it. He cries for it. He wants it. He will reach for his brothers and his siblings' food on the table, which we're still working on. We're still saying, no, this is your plate. I expect from him better behavior. Until I know for sure he can't do that, I'm still gonna be disciplining him like a normal child, because I don't want that behavior in my house. But again, I've said this a million times to him, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. He still does it. With his siblings, after, a good amount of times, they kind of learn mommy doesn't like that. Griffin, we are still trying, because it's overpowering sometimes the way he wants food. He's very aware of the food. He is always looking for food. And which is really difficult and really makes me nervous for his future, because we've cut out so much sugar in his diet and we have a lot of children. How we're going to keep things away from him to keep him healthy. I'm hoping cognitively, comprehension, that he will understand when he is older that these foods hurt him. These foods make him shake. These foods make him go on medicine that hurts him. Like seizure medicine that makes him tired. I don't know. He hasn't been on any medicine yet. I don't know how seizure medicine feels to him, but I'm hoping if he has to go on them, and we say, well, if you don't eat this, then you will have to go take this medicine, kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know where he's gonna be. These are the hopes and dreams that I have for him. He can't use utensils, which neither can Sawyer really, but we can always give him a spoon. But and Sawyer is his twin brother. If y'all didn't know, if you're new here, he is a twin who is completely fine. Nothing's wrong with him. He has just, he's just a quiet little kid. He can pick up small things. He still does the claw motion, but he can, if he wants to, use his fine motor skills, which is so much better than it was. I mean, really, before there was nothing, he could not do this at all. So that's been it's been improved. So I'm very, very blessed about that, because if he is, if he does not speak, I'm hoping we can get signing for him. I'd love to be able to sign. I don't expect him to be, like perfect sign languager, but I would, it makes me nervous when they're dependent on tablets all the time. If they don't have one and they're out in the community, signing might be easier. I don't know. This is, again, remember, I am new at this. I don't know. This is, again, hopes. I don't know. His speech, there really isn't any words at all. We've had some thoughts that he's saying yeah, and that he said up before. Again, I don't know if he actually knows that he said those words, but they sounded like that and they were in the right time. Yes, ah is his main sound that he makes. And so yeah and ah, very, very similar sounding. But they were definitely, when I said, do you want something, I heard yeah. So I don't know, hopeful. His speech therapist thought she heard the same thing with the word up. Do you want up? He said up. But again, there was like 3 days when he was doing that, and then it kind of all stopped again. I find with Griffin that he has really good days and then really bad days. Like some days he'll be on, he'll be signing, he'll be communicating, he'll be just using his vocal cords, and some days it's like, nope, not doing anything. I don't know what's going on. It's not happening. So that has been what's going on with speech. We're still working on it. He has speech 1 day a week and he has OT 2 days a week right now. We've had to stop physical therapy. Just long story short, we've just had a really bad experience with the physical therapists around here. And I'm gonna be honest, we are in such a small town, there's only 2, and both of them have failed in our opinion. Nice people, just didn't work for Griffin and our family. That's why we are hopefully in the next year, hopefully no longer than a year, we'll be on our way out and into a bigger city that has more people that can help him. But again, we are working hard to save every nickel so we can do that. But I love his OT teacher and I love his speech teacher. They are amazing. They're very kind people, patient, understanding. I can talk to them about everything that I have questions about this whole world of special needs children and what, you know, what to expect, because I'm really green. I don't know much. Griffin still uses a binky. We're trying to only have him use it at bedtime, just so he can use his voice more. Griffin, right now, when he gets upset, will use his mouth to bite if he gets really upset, which again, I am working very hard. He's been in timeout. We put him towards the wall. He knows I don't like it. He knows that I am completely not okay with that. And I feel like he's getting that. It's only happened a few times, but again, he's 2. It's kind of a normal thing. I know my daughter went through a biting, my older daughter went through a biting stage. So again, I'm not really worried about that being like a permanent problem, but I have heard from other people that some Angelman children use like hitting and biting and pulling as a way to communicate. I'm gonna do everything in my power to not have that happen, because that's just a scary way to live in my mind. But again, I don't know. I don't know. I hope that all these I don't knows doesn't like, but again, he's 2. I'm just so new at this, and we just got this diagnosis, what, less than a year ago. Let me talk to you about one of my favorite things about Griffin. Griffin is very aware of his surroundings, like I've said before, and he kind of knows when I'm like in a moment. Like if something's going on with the other kids or I'm stressed out, he will like push himself away or like walk himself away from the situation and do his own thing, which is something I really appreciate as a mom of 6 little ones. He just kind of can see, oh, mom needs a moment. I'm gonna go over here and play with my cups and let her deal with whatever's going on over here. He's just really aware and kind. I feel like his heart is so big. He's very loving, just amazing child. Like that's one of my favorite things about Griffin. I think his compassion is huge. I think he's got amazing compassion, which I think is just one of his gifts that God gave him, his loving and understanding for other people. So like he's really, like if someone gets hurt, he gets worried, he comes over there, he just tries to show that he cares. So that's one of my favorite things about Griffin. It's just, he's beautiful. He definitely is an angel in my mind. His body is very sensitive, like his touch, very ticklish, very, just, I don't think he likes soft feelings at all as a baby or as a person. He just gets very ticklish, and he kind of like will be like, don't touch me, like that kind of thing. Because I've been trying to work with him like with his mouth, like for trying to get him to go or buh, because his mane is like, his mouth is just open, trying to see if I can get him when he's doing a noise like but he does not like his face touched at all. So we're working on desensitizing him. I'm always trying to touch his face, trying to get him to just learn that my touch isn't, repulsing. So that's something we're working on with Griffin. This has been a long row. This has been a long row to hoe, like from the beginning to him being, now. I am still having rough days, I'm not gonna lie. I still will break down and cry sometimes and go, why him? Why did this have to happen to him? He's so beautiful, he is amazing, and like, will I ever know him? Like, will he be able to communicate with me enough where he will be able to tell me what he's feeling and thinking? And then, I just had a really weird epiphany about Griffin and what my fears are. And my biggest fear is him not being able to talk to me and him being able not to share how he feels. And so my thought is right now, which is getting me through the days when I really get worried about it, is that maybe Griffin thinks differently than everybody else. Maybe Griffin's not gonna need to share his deep, dark feelings with me, or his, he doesn't need to talk like everybody else. Maybe what I'll be able to give him is different than what everyone else needs. That maybe the little bit of conversation that we are gonna have is gonna be enough. And I'm not, all I know is what, everybody else needs. I need to talk to somebody. I need to get my feelings out. But maybe Griffin won't need that like everybody else. So I'm trying to put that fear of him talking to me and him needing to communicate aside a little bit. And just trying to get him to communicate what he needs as a person, eat, drink, sad, happy, those kind of things. Again, I'm new, but this is something that I'm trying to give myself some peace with. When I do think about like Griffin, and if he is trapped inside and he can't communicate, and he's suffering, like that to me is debilitating, like the thought of that. So I'm trying not to think like that, because I can't imagine if he is thinking like that, and if he does think like that, if he will think like that, because it hurts so much in my heart, because I don't want to think like that. So we are all doing really, really good. I am still treating Griffin like a normal child. For definitely disciplining, what I want and don't want from him. Yes, it's not working like how it would work with other kids, but I'm hoping that my persistence, at least for behavior and volume wise, because he's a very loud child, that it will work, because I don't want him to be, I don't want him to be out in public and people be like, oh, but again, I don't know. I don't know if he'll be able to get it, but I'm hoping that he will. That's my hope. So I hope that this was informational, like, for you guys. I'm hoping that it was just a long talking video. But yeah, Griffin is doing amazing. We are doing so much better. His diagnosis was so hard on us, hard on me, but it has definitely pushed us forward and made us, you know, made us not wonder anymore what's going on with him. And it's nice to have the answer. Yes, it wasn't the answer we wanted by all means, but it's nice to have at least that behind us. So yeah, that is it. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, like and subscribe. Hopefully you can follow us on Griffin's journey. We are going to be documenting everything, all his milestones, and hoping that he just blows us all the way out of the water. I have so much hope for him, and so much, I believe that he will blow my mind, because he already is. So yeah, we will see you next time. Don't forget, guys, you all are wonderful, because you all have been here with us, and I can't thank you enough, because without you guys, I don't know how we gotten through this. Your words of encouragement through the darkest, hardest times of my life have saved me. So remember, you guys are wonderful, really. Well, that's that. So bye, guys.